Of course, homeowners insurance is top of mind for hundreds of families impacted by tornadoes this week and last. The town of Enid was hit by a monster EF4 twister a week ago Thursday, leaving dozens of homes in splinters, but thankfully no one was killed. Taylor Jackson joins us from our newsroom with more on a storm that could have been so much worse. Taylor.
Yeah, Rich, just this week, another tornado touched down in the state, this time in Atoka and Pushmataha counties. Thankfully, just like the Enid tornado, no one lost their life. Enid residents have spent the last 7 days salvaging what's left of their property after last Thursday's storm ripped through the southern edge of town.
My whole house is in pieces.
Enid police officer Marianne Gayhay was at home with her young son when the storm approached the town.
Actually didn't think anything was coming through. Thought it was just typical Oklahoma weather. And I was actually doing laundry, so I didn't hear the initial sirens. And my husband, he works for the Waukomis Police Department, rushed home to make sure that I was okay. And he got here and told me that there was rotation and stuff coming towards the house, and he hauled back towards Waukomis because that's what he thought it was. And the next thing we knew, the sirens were going off again, and he called me and told me it's coming straight for the house.
Gayhay immediately sprung into action.
Heard the sirens, just grabbed my toddler, put tennis shoes on him, and we laid down in the bathtub together. I laid over the top of him. You could hear the wind, you could hear it approaching. And then my house started shaking, glass shattering, and next thing I knew, I looked up and there's the sky.
The EF4 tornado ripped the roof off of her home. The Gray Ridge neighborhood where Gayhay and her family lived received the brunt of the damage.
Estimated winds 170 to 175 miles an hour, probably on the ground about 9 miles, but it was very, very slow moving, about 500 yards wide at the maximum width coming through the neighborhood here.
Making it the first EF4 tornado recorded in Garfield County since April 1991. According to the Department of Emergency Management, about 40 homes were destroyed in the storm.
We're just trying to salvage what we can and get all of our property, mainly for my toddler, see what we can salvage there. His room and his playroom was basically okay.
The Oklahoma Standard stands strong as many have rushed to aid impacted families like the Gayhays.
I just want to start out by thanking all of our first responders. I was at that command center last night, and the amount of resources that showed up in just a matter of, seemed like 20 minutes. I know that at the end of 20 minutes we had 9 ambulances on scene. As it turned out, we didn't need all those, but we had those resources for us. It was a joint venture through all the agencies.
The Oklahoma Association of Realtors is lending a helping hand through their Oklahoma Realtor Disaster Foundation.
In Enid, we're working in 2 phases. Within 24 hours, we were on the ground giving out immediate cash grants. In fact, I think we gave out 40 of them in the first 20 hours that we were there to just about everybody we could find that was displaced by the tornado. Those are smaller grants. They were intended to help with things like food, hotel rooms, clothing on your back.
CEO Brian Hutchinson says for the second phase, they will partner with a national organization, the Realtor Relief Foundation.
And once we solidify that final partnership, we'll be back in the community to give some significantly larger financial grants to people who have been displaced by that tornado.
He says thanks to donations, the organization is able to help families impacted by natural disasters.
Most people would be surprised to know it's not just our members who contribute to that. We have a number of businesses and individuals who do as well. We'd invite them to be a hero of hope. They can find the information at okrealtors.com.
Enid Assistant City Manager Scott Morris says the community of Enid is beyond grateful for the outpouring of aid they've received.
We just couldn't be more proud of the response from our community and from our neighbors. Oklahoma, as we all know, we're resilient, and we have people show up and want to help. All the volunteer fire departments, several professional from Stillwater, Canton, Watonga. I can't name all the help that we received last night, and so thankful and proud of our neighbors and how we handle things in Oklahoma.
Enid city officials say at this time there is no need for additional donations of supplies due to the overwhelming support from surrounding communities. Instead, the city of Enid encourages folks to make monetary donations through community partners like the United Way, the Salvation Army Disaster Relief, and the Cherokee Strip Community Disaster Relief Fund. Hours after the storm hit, Governor Kevin Stitt was on hand to thank the media for alerting residents in a timely manner of the storm.
I just want to thank the media for always doing a great job of notifying us when to take cover, and we can't take this thing for granted. When you do get these warnings that there's a tornado on the ground or a tornado warning, we need to take precautions because we can always rebuild, but the loss of life would be devastating.
One thing everyone is grateful for: no fatalities.
It is nothing short of certainly a miracle when you look at some of these properties, and so that's the first thing. But the second thing is, you know, tornado season is ingrained in Oklahoma's DNA, unfortunately, and so we know where our safe places are. We also have made it a national model on the amount of individual and residential safe rooms that we have in properties. So safe rooms do save lives, and certainly so does sheltering in place.
It's sad, but it's just property. I can get it back eventually. So as long as my family's safe, and we all are, I think everyone here has some injuries, but everyone mainly here is okay. So that's what matters the most.
The Oklahoma Department of Emergency Management has partnered with Heartline Oklahoma and Airbnb to provide free temporary housing for those impacted by the Enid tornado. Residents can call 211 for assistance.